What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the SNS channel and the first episode of Digital Deliberations. I am your host, Rome, and on this show, we're going to be talking about all the updates on gaming, news, tech, music, media, anything that I'm pretty much interested in, and we're going to do deep dives, deep discussion on it, on whatever the topic is. Also, this episode is going to be on my digital relaxation channel. It's my personal channel for those who doesn't know. So just in case, depending on which gets more traction, I'll probably post it. I'll keep posting it on there, but for the most part, it's going to be on the SNS channel. But if the algorithm goes to the digital relaxation channel, I'll put it on both as a just in case. But let's get into the big news, which is going into the gaming world. Let's start off with some Sony news. Now here we go again with PS5 prices are going up. So here we go. Yet another price hike goes into effect next week in all territories. In the US, prices will go up an extra $50 for all models, which brings the base PlayStation 5 to around $650. This is exactly what I was talking about on the last episode of the podcast.
Oh, for all my gaming people, tech people, again, sadly, because of when this come out, I don't know when shit gonna be in effect. But as of right now, if you are thinking about building a PC, build that shit. Don't
Because RAM is like, it's
everything.
only, yeah.
RAM is about to go up. Your fucking graphics card is about to go up. SSDs is about to go up. So pretty much everything that's going into your consoles, anything that's going to your PCs. So literally, Xbox and PlayStation been increasing in price.
That's where, of course, y'all already know we're in the Ramageddon. Um, Prices of RAM is going up, and I'm have more to talk about on that. And that means the cost of these consoles and other technologies is going to go up. And that was my point with preserving your technology now, like instead of trying to be so gung ho into jumping into the next thing, because we could probably, I mean, if you afford it, you got it like that, you got it like that. But no, the regular people like me who ain't got it like that, we can't make that jump that hastily. Because the base platforms are still increasing. What is the next PS6 or the next Xbox gonna be? Gonna be crazy. So along with price hikes going up, the usual situation is going up as well, where PlayStation are shutting down more studios. And this one kind of hits closer home in a sense. This studio was actually founded by Jason Blundell, who, if you guys know him in the Call of Duty community, he originally was doing like most of the Black Ops storyline until he shifted to the zombies mode, and then he eventually left on to do a studio, which he had another studio that also got shut down. So this is twice his studio getting shut down, and I know some people are trying to like place the blame on Blundell, on, oh, maybe it's just him, but it's like, really, the prices of everything and how things are going off and all these layoffs. This is not the only company that got laid off. If I can find it, I'm not sure, but you can see in the image there was another company that got laid off. So I think this is the Deviations, which they were originally doing the Demon Souls and Shadow Colossus remake. They also got shut down. So a lot of games, a lot of studios getting shut down. Prices of consoles going up. Not looking good out here. So onward to the Xbox side. The Xbox new CEO, which a lot of people, if you don't know, Phil Spencer has stepped down on as being the CEO of Xbox, and our new CEO is Asha Sharma. And she's been making some rounds lately. So there's two things she had brought up, and one of them is, of course, trying to make the Game Pass more affordable. So this information comes from a report by the Information, which spoke to multiple individuals who themselves spoke to Sharma about the Game Pass. So one person told the next person that told the next person. They claim that she wants to make future consoles and products like Game Pass more enticing to a broader range of customers, and effect which may include revamping pricing models to offer lower price tiers. So this sounds like it's kind of going in the opposite of what Sony's doing. I guess he's trying to lower down prices of the consoles, but also lower down the prices of Game Pass, which definitely shouldn't have to happen because these prices is crazy. It's not only that the prices get crazy, but it's also like when Game Pass first started, it was just Game Pass. Then it was like Game Pass Ultimate. You pay for one or the other, you get one thing. The thing about Game Pass Ultimate, the enticing part was the PC that you could play pretty much your Xbox on your PC. Then they just added more tiers into it, and it's just too much. So they trying to justify you paying more for the ultimate that you was already paying for, but it's like, oh, you well actually you get more stuff here, or you get the same stuff, but now it's like we're just gonna raise the price because there's two more tiers that sound less enticing. So this sounds more valuable, even though it's the same thing you was already getting previously. But yeah. Also, there's been talks that she wants to work with companies such as Netflix. I'm not sure they want to do a bundle, a subscription bundle for that. So I guess again, you buy Ultimate, you also get a month of Netflix, and you know it's probably going to be the Netflix with the ads. They always give that one away. They never give the good Netflix. So there's that. So also it's been reported that she's also killing the "This is an Xbox" campaign. As she says, it doesn't feel like Xbox. So as we can see, Microsoft has confirmed that its new boss, Asha Sharma, personally killed company's controversial "This is an Xbox" market campaign. Basically, ironically, it didn't feel like Xbox. So most of y'all don't know. There was a campaign going on where everything was an Xbox. Like that was kind of this gimmick where anything has can run a Game Pass on it is technically an Xbox. So your PC is an Xbox, your phone's an Xbox, all of that. So I guess she's trying to, she's trying to bring Xbox back to its roots, and I don't know if that means we're gonna get exclusives because we already know. For those who know, our main exclusives already went to Sony, which kind of like for those who still cared about the console war, kind of put a nail in that coffin because if you joined the ops, you kind of lost. But so hopefully she does make some more new games that can become a new franchise, a new staple of her era of the Xbox. So we not have to keep relying on nostalgia and get some new IPs and some new exclusives. So it can feel like an Xbox because you need a reason to get an Xbox, not just because of Game Pass, because Game Pass is on everything. So this will be good. So right now, Xbox and PlayStation is kind of the ball is in either court. Prices is going up. On one side, the other side, she's trying to get prices down, and she's trying to get Xbox back to its roots. So we'll see where it go for the next generation. Hopefully things is just keep competition going. Competition is always good. Also on a side note, Xbox partner preview showcase actually did show. Fortunately I was like kind of busy when this was happening, so I didn't know about it. But here's a list of some games that was shown, and I don't know if y'all know about Hunter the Reckoning. Funny enough, I played this on PlayStation. I didn't know if it was a. I think it's mostly plat, but it's nice to know that they bringing this back. So there's that. There's Wuthering Waves, The Expanse, Osiris, Cozy Farming Sim game. I guess there's a bunch of games you could play. Which is good. I mean, they already dropped their the last Insider Direct that they did, where that showed Fable and all the other games. So it's looking good for gaming as a whole. There's some games. It's just it's not the companies, but the corporate side of gaming is just not looking good. Because the corporations want to make money and they doing the wrong business moves by getting rid of people and thinking that that's gonna be best for the whole gaming atmosphere. But whatever. So as I was already talking about, Apocalypse is already hitting its first PC gaming handheld. So as I already told you, the price of RAM going up, and due to that, we got our first handheld that's gotten hit by the whole situation. Handheld gaming PC have become more common since the launch of the Steam Deck, with significant price changes across brands due to rising memory and storage costs driven by increased demand from AI and data centers. AI. Aya Neo has suspended pre-orders and early bird sales of upcoming next two handhelds to address these escalating expenses. So for those who were thinking about getting, to be honest, I didn't even hear about. I don't know what this is, but to those who was even thinking about getting this, you're gonna have to wait because they need to figure it out. As we can see, these were the prices. The entry level version was priced at $2,299. Jeez. uh, that's crazy. And $26.99 at retail, featuring an AMD Ryzen AI Max plus 395 processor, 64 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 terabyte SSD. A higher end model with 128 gigabyte RAM and 2 gigabytes of terabyte, sorry, SSD was set for 3,490 and retail. Oh nah. And they gotta rethink their prices. So at worst, they may have to up the price. The price of the brick may go up.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up. 30 more.
Yo. I'm sticking to my PS Vita, a true handheld, because these handhelds too fucking large to be considered handhelds anymore. So I don't even know. On to layoff news yet again. Epic, developers of Fortnite, deciding to lay off its workers. Not only that they did that, but also I believe, I haven't checked, but they increased the price of their battle pass, but also decrease how much value you get from it, which kind of defeats the purpose. Because most people who know, if you buy a battle pass and you grind it out, usually you make enough to buy the battle pass again and again. But now it's kind of putting you like, you have no choice but to, now you have to pay that little extra because you won't get enough to buy the battle pass now. And y'all laying people off, so y'all want more money so y'all could pay people less. I don't know, man. Yeah, yo, just stop playing these live server games. Play something new. Like I said, we just showed that Pragmata is coming out on my birthday. Funny enough, anybody want to give me a birthday gift? You feel me? Pragmata is coming out. The demo is out now. If you not have played Pragmata, just do it. I can't explain it in words. You just gotta go ahead and play it. It's like I said, it's a free demo. It's on all platforms, so everyone can get a chance to play it. And yeah, man, let's play some new games, please. And we will be back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey babe, won't you get in the truck? Let's ship a little click, slide up in the cut. Get the Vaseline.
All right, and we are back, and now we're just gonna throw out some little hitters here and there. We got the Spider-Man trailer, Brand New Day. The movie's coming out July 31st for my MCU fans out there. The Daredevil season 2 is actually started now. I think they're doing it episode by episode, so right now you could still jump in on catch that. If you want to catch it, highly recommend it. It's not out or nothing, but I know if anyone's seen the Wonder Man, I don't know, people, I've seen mixed reviews. I personally liked it. Season 2 has kind of been greenlit, so, which I think that's gonna be great because now we can actually see him actually in use of his, well, spoilers, but the trailer kind of loose with in the trailer you can see that he kind of struggles with his powers. So obviously it's gonna be an origin story of how he learns how to use his powers, so on and so forth. So we get to hopefully get to see how he uses his powers more better, I guess, in season 2, and see how he becomes a more impact on the whole MCU as a whole. For movie people, man, there's a movie called The Furious that's coming out. For people who've seen The Raid, you know. If you haven't seen The Raid, it's in that vein, and I can't, honestly, words can't describe it. So here's a little clip. And bruh, like, if you want to just see hands, and it, yo, go watch that, man. Do yourself a favor. Now on the music side, we got your boy Jay-Z, Hovey baby. He claims that the 4 pillars of hip hop are pretty much no longer around. And his recently released interview with GQ, if I'm not mistaken, he was talking about, just pretty much his upbringing, the decisions he was making for the Super Bowl and all of that. watching Blue when she started. She was touring with B, so watching that journey of how she go through that process, and then talking about the beef. And within that discussion of the beef, he talked about how the evolution of hip hop has changed so much, the culture, so that the four pillars have pretty much all faded away. As the four pillars, we have breakdancing, graffiti, DJing, and the MC, or as he put it in his terms, battling. Um, Breakdancing, as he says, it's now an Olympic sport, so it's no longer just like hip hop now. It's just literally something that anyone can just jump on the Olympic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put that clip up because y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyone can jump in and just do the Olympics right now. Um, Graffiti, I mean, I don't know. I feel like graffiti kind of faded. Like, honestly, like in my era, like when we were teenagers, that was like kind of the last time I seen people like still cared about doing graffiti. Like not even like in my college years or as I got older. The one I don't like, I don't even like, even places you drive by, you usually see like a new, fresh graffiti on the wall or something. I don't even see that no more. I still see the same old ones. So the art is now becoming more, you know, people making it for the museums and for the art showcases instead of just throwing it on a train because you ain't gonna see that on trains like how I used to see it back in the 80s and 70s. Um, DJing was big because back then the DJ was the front man of the group. So you had like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. The Furious Five was just those five rappers. Grandmaster Flash is who you came to see. He was the DJ. Going down to the Fresh Prince, DJ Jesse Jeff and the Fresh Prince. There was Jeff, who was the guy who he's the first name. It just so happened Will Smith became the actor. He became the front man afterwards and did his solo stuff. And then that's what Jesse Jeff. Like, if you think about Jesse Jeff, like for the people outside looking at him, like who the heck is that? Like it's just Will Smith. But Jazzy Jeff was in a sense the front man. Eric B and Rakim going on and on. Like it's the DJ who was the front man, and now it's just everyone is solo is whatever. And that's the bittersweet thing because of Illmatic, such a classic album. But what Nas did with that album was something that wasn't really done before, and that's he took multiple producers and put it all in one album. Usually, a lot of albums were just done by one producer. Like you had your you had your one set DJ. So him doing that made it more like, oh, now we can just work with whoever. So that's where the DJ started becoming less, becoming more saturated because now they're everywhere. And then going into uh the beef, the battle. Um, Being someone who himself got into a beef, but his stance is on how social media has evolved so much where it's no longer becomes about the beef on the music side. Now it becomes on the people who's just like trying to tear down people's legacies and their names and like trying to just tear people apart. Which, in a sense, I agree with that because that's weirdo stuff. Like you don't know none of these people. Like like yo, like that man Drake is doing this or Kendrick is doing that. It's like, bro, just listen to the music. Who won lyrically and move on. Like even going with Jay Z and Nas, like Jay Z, well, there was the super ugly freestyle, but even he had to apologize for that because people felt like he went too far. But even with that, once that beef was over, it was over. And then what was that? That beef wasn't what 01 probably. I'll say probably like 01, 02, probably 01. What was it, 2006? So a few years later they was already they collabed again, I believe in 2006 or 2007. So they moved on, but this one is like it's been 2 years now and people are still like the amount of videos that's just like, yo, Drake is spiraling and he's going like, yo, like, all right, man, let him live his personal life now. Like the beef is over. Like let him go. So I understand him on that front. So it is crazy to think about it, but at the same time, I like some beef, man. I like beef. He wants it to be more of a friendly spar in the sense of like, yo, we just hop on the same track and see who outdo each other, which is, I mean, that's cool. But sometimes some tracks probably like some beats might just fit better for certain people. So you never know. Like you gotta be a real all rounder like MC to really like no matter what the beat is, I'm gonna shine. So that can be tricky. And not a lot of people who rap to be competitive like on their own songs anymore either. So I don't know. I prefer the song for song. I like the just going back and forth. That Jada Kiss and Beanie Siegel, I mean, that could have been dangerous too, but got some hate. You got some heat from that. Afro Man, the Afro Man won his lawsuit in hilarious fashion. For those who don't know, he got the cops called on him that apparently he was kidnapping people and bringing them to a basement or whatever. So while he was out doing a show or whatever, the cops raided his place, broke down his gate, trying to search for this mysterious dungeon because he doesn't even have a basement. And his whole thing was like, yo, I just want y'all to fix my gate. And they were like, nah. So he started making music about, because he has it on footage of the raid. So he started making music videos and songs about the raid. And to, like, as a way to like, yo, I need to stream the music so I get money so I can repair my gate.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just some lemon pound cake.
And the cops was like, all right, we're going to just sue you for defamation and all that. And then they were like, yeah, it's just parody music, so you can't really do nothing. So my boy going to get his gate fixed. Let's go. And Kanye West, as of recording, I believe it was today, he dropped, I guess, finally, Bully, because apparently I thought that dropped like 2 years ago. I don't know. I'm personally checked out of like seeking Kanye projects since Yeezus, but I don't know, man. I heard Father and...
Know you wonder where the F he been, but I'm back to life like an EpiPen. SG still in a leopard skin, and check me out, then check me in. See this coat, nigga? Bye to my old self.
But you let me know. Is it Kanye back, or is it just another? He came here to gloss over or something, and then he gonna ruin it again. I don't know. But yo, that's been it. It's your boy Rome. This is 2 Deliberations. I'm gonna try to get better at this. The first episode, work with me here, man. Also, comments, any topics you want me to discuss, any videos you want me to react to and respond to as well. I'm not, I'm cool with doing whatever. It's whatever finds me, and I'll talk about it. But for the most part, that is it. And that is all. So I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
I feel like the best in the universe, while y'all just look way too concerned over the things I do and how my lifestyle. Whole way to the greats, cause I move the earth.